yung statement na ginawa ni ex-Congressman Saldico, na nagbintang siya na 100 billion, sinasabi niya na utos daw ng Pangulo na isingit sa BICAM. Your Honor and I both know that the 100 billion, and we went over, I know na, both of us went through the list independently or separately. And you and I agree na totoo yung listahan ng 100 billion pesos. Talaga nasingit sa BICAM. But yung sinasabi ni Saldico on social media as posted na nag-deliver siya ng 25 billion representing the 25% commission di umano para kay Presidente, that I will attest na hindi totoo. Yun talaga absolutely untrue or false. Untrue or completely false. Why? Because, last Sunday, I received a call from the camp of former Undersecretary Roberto Bernardo. Ang sinasabi niya, noong nakita niya si Saldico sa social media na nagsasabing merong 100 billion di umano inutos ng Pangulo na isingit sa BICAM, napag-alaman ko from Undersecretary Bernardo na may mga tao sa Malacanang, not the President, not authorized by the President, who misrepresented him. I will name some of them. Undersecretary Adrian Bersamin. He name-dropped the President, making Saldico believe na utos ng Pangulo na ipasok sa BICAM yung insertions na 100 billion. Now, Yusek Traigib Olaybar. Other personalities. Anyway, regarding the 100 billion, binrake down, kasi nireview niyo yung kanyang notes. This is all related even to the appointment of Secretary Recto to be the Executive Secretary. As he is now the acting, I guess acting kasi hindi naman pwede magbigay ng ad interim appointment because Congress is not in recess, di ba? So, okay. Anyway, ang sabi niya sa akin, hindi po totoo yan, Mr. Senator. Kasi ang breakdown ng 100 billion, 81 billion, yun yung na-assign sa DPWH. Yung 29 billion, other agencies. Hindi niya alam. Out of the 81 billion or out of the 100 billion, yung sa 81 billion, 52 billion, siya ang personal na nag-handle. Ako po nag-handle nun. Nasa notes niya, ito yung kanyang table, binigay niya ako ng kopya. 51.01, I think almost 52 billion. Anyway, so 52 billion, yun yung personal hinandle niya. And talagang sabi niya, naghatid ako ng pera as kickback. But not to the President, but to Yusek Olaybar. And sabi niya, ang pagkaalam niya, kasama si Yusek Adrian Bersamin. 8 billion pesos, Mr. President, in at least 10 deliveries. The modus that yung arrangement nila is, may tigisa silang armor van. May armor van si Yusek Olaybar, may armor van siya, magpapark sa basement ng Diamond Hotel, darating yung van driven by Olaybar, and possibly, sabi niya, hindi sa sigurado, and possibly along with Adrian Bersamin. Bakante yung armor van, ipapark, idadrab yung isang van na puno ng pera. Ranging from 800 million hanggang 2 billion. Umabot ng 2 billion only because sometime in March, yung kanyang date na sinasabi from, I think, March hanggang April, yung delivery. Very good nga raw siya, sabi ni Yusek Olaybar, kasi nakakapag-deliver. Ang biggest kasi naipon, because March 11, natatandaan niya, inaapuran niya na si Undersecretary Olaybar, nakunin na kasi napupuno na at saka matagal na nakapark. Ang sabi niya, sabi ni Olaybar sa kanya, wag muna kasi magulo ngayon dahil inaaresto si dating Pangulong Duterte. So naipon yung laman ng van, sabi niya, mga 2 billion pesos. That was the single largest or biggest delivery that he made to Olaybar. Kung saan napunta, hindi natin alam. But personally, he knows or he knew that, kasi personally, nagpapalit sila, amounting to 8 billion pesos. 1 billion, he delivered to Secretary Bonoan. So that's 9 billion. Yung 8 billion was representative of 16% of the 81 billion or 82 billion. Ang usapan daw nila initially was 15%, Mr. President. Tumawad pa raw ng 1% si Olaybar, pero suspecha niya, natatawa raw siya dahil para sa sarili na lang ni Olaybar yung additional 1%. Kaya mabot siya ng 16%. 1 billion to Secretary Bonoan. Siya mismo nagbigay. So he was asking for my advice. Ang sabi ko sa kanya, can you put it in your own handwriting? And I'll see to it that it will reach the President. Isipan, I took notes. When he was narrating what he was about to write down, I was taking notes together with my 2 lawyers. He was also with his lawyer. So, and that happened. The President received the handwritten narration. No? Ang sabi niya nga rito, ito, meron akong notes dito eh. Sabi niya, last quarter ng 2025, most likely during the last days of October or early November 2025, 2020, ano to? Last quarter. USEC Trigib requested for list of projects. Siya nagpe-prepare eh. Of course, along with USEC Cabral, kasi si Undersecretary Cabral naman ang tinatas ni Secretary Bonoan na mag-prepare ng listahan. Ito nga yung awkward, Mr. President, and we want to correct this. Ano? Bakit nauna yung funding, saka palang maghahanap ng items? Hindi po ba dapat may items nanggaling sa RDC bago po podohan? Complete with program report, complete with planning. Pero ito po, nauna pa yung pagpopondo, saka palang hahanapan ng items na ililista sa NEP. Remember, bukod pa po ito, dahil ito, GAA na ito eh, BICAM na ito eh. And mind you, even during the NEP, anyway, mamaya ako na itackle yun. Ito yung sinabi niya rito. No? Ito, sinabi niya na si Trigib Olaybar prevented him from disclosing details on the 52 billion to Secretary Bonoan. Ayaw pa sabi raw, Mr. President. Tapos, sinabihan siya ni Yusek Trigib Olaybar na si Secretary Bonoan asked Executive Secretary Bersamin several times, sino ba magpapacilitate itong 52 billion? Of course, isasama sa BICAM, paano ito re-release? Sino magpapacilitate? Ang sagot ni ES Bersamin sa kanya, we will take care of it. Sila na raw ang bahala kung paano ayusin yung 52 billion. Now, I'm not defending the President, Mr. President. But you know, in fairness to him, yung list of projects, yung 100 billion, initially naka-FLR lahat yun eh. Pinapatrack ko ngayon sa aking staff kung ilan yung na-release out of the items on FLR or PISARO for issuance of SARO. Hindi pa namin alam. But initially, kasama sa nabito do sa 194 billion ng ating Pangulo, 1.15 billion pesos worth of projects. Andito yung listahan ng projects. Nilista rin ng, nakita ng mga staff ko ito, pero may listahan din si Bernardo nito. Kung alam ni Pangulo at siya nag-utos na mag-insert ng 100 billion sa GAA, sa BICAM, bakit niya ibibito? Yan din ang observation ni Your Honor, di ba? Sabi niyo rin, because you also examined. While you were examining respecting the 2025 GAA, we were also busy inspecting. No, hindi naman tayo po nag-coordinate, but our findings are practically the same. Diba?
It's the same, Mr. President. The same.
Yeah, ito yung tatlong items no, na nabito. Saldico list vetoed items. GAA Volume 1C, page 849. Construction of cruise port and facilities package, Puerto Princesa City. 250 million. 800, page 822, construction of multipurpose building, government center, Barangay Gadani, Tayum, Abra. Page 322, construction of riverbank structure including irrigation system, integration along Polo River at Sitio Lawaan, upstream, right side, Mall Wall, Cebu, package 3, 100 million. Total 1.15. Kung gusto kasi ng iba, paniwalaan natin na sa Pangulo ang nag-utos mag-insert. But it doesn't make sense to me, Mr. President. That's why I'm trying to explain this to our colleagues and to the members of the DBCC family para maliwanagan naman natin, and in the presence of the media, maliwanagan naman natin na hindi kasama ang Pangulo. Kasi, yan, common sense. Siya nag-utos, ibibito niya. Siya nag-utos, i-EFLR niya.
Interjection, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Just for clarity, the handwritten note, letter was given to the President yesterday.
As I think Monday, Mr. President.
Yesterday. And
at 2 p.m.
And thereafter, he asked.
There were resignations.
He asked for the resignation.
In this case, Mr. President, courtesy resignation is a euphemism for firing.